Attention! The following magazine and topic contains very, very unapologetic edginess for better or for worse. We at Hello Retro do not condone excessive vulgarity, jihad, and very, very outdated fads. Please keep that in mind as you watch this episode of the podcast. Thank you for your understanding.
It's time for culture once again. Welcome back to Hello Retro Time Capsule, where once again we'll be looking at yet another PlayStation magazine.
Well, hopefully not puking on the magazine.
Oh my days! Especially not this one, because we got a rather
another one from a childhood. I think exactly the same year as the previous one. In fact, I think this was actually another one that I got during Christmas time, which is Extreme PlayStation magazine.
Extreme PlayStation magazine.
The emphasis on the extreme.
Extreme! What, was there a regular PlayStation magazine and an Extreme PlayStation magazine, or are they just one and the same?
Well, they're not tied together in that. They're just another branch of magazines that cater exclusively to PlayStation.
So it was another magazine, right?
Yeah. There was like tons of other competition. I remember there was PlayStation Max and something else, and so on. You know, other magazines that also cater to PlayStation 1 and that, as well as Nintendo 64 and other consoles, vice versa.
Right, yeah. You can tell it's the 90s with the use of extreme! Yeah. Extreme radical skateboard and graffiti on the wall, man!
And of course, very sort of common for this period, in that the front cover in that is a picture of course the iconic Lara Croft.
Lara Croft, the Tomb Raider herself.
We did try to look up what molecules on the front cover of this, but we couldn't exactly pinpoint who it was, because I originally thought it was that she was the original one, but it turns out that there was actually one even before that officially posed as the Lara Croft model and that. So
the best we could come up with is some implication of a model between 1997 and 1999 or something like that.
97, 98.
97, 98, right, somewhere in that time frame. It might be someone by the name of Rona, it might not be, but if you know, let us know in the comments down below. We'd be genuinely curious. But either way, whoever this woman is, she's doing an excellent job at posing as Lara Croft. She's got the right look, the right personality, emoting the right clothes, and the right weapons. I think safe to say this is pretty much a definitive Lara Croft look alongside like Angelina Jolie.
Indeed.
And this is all to promote the third Tomb Raider game. I must say that her top, it's a very sporty kind of top. It even has a reflective quality that you'd see from the games themselves, right?
Yeah, like I do sort of like wonder what exactly the kind of top that she has in that, because I do kind of think that might possibly be like one of those might be like a sort of like a swimsuit, which kind of makes sense in that, considering that she also spends like half the time that swimming in the water and that.
Right.
And in fact, interesting that you mentioned swimming altogether in that, because I was at the leisure centre in Inverness and that Hannah we swim in that, and I remember I was mentioning to my friend Alex and that I think it was actually Lara Croft that actually got me into swimming in that, because of course half the time in that, like I said, she's spending time swimming underwater and that, and finding key items in that, and
holding her breath for long periods of time,
ledges and holding her breath for obscenely long length of time.
You'd be amazed at how video game characters can encourage people to get out there and do stuff like go to the gym and whatnot. So this is a promotion for Heart of Darkness. It doesn't look like it's specifically adapting the Joseph Conrad novel, which inspired Apocalypse Now and the game Spec Ops: The Line, but this looks intriguing in its own right.
Yeah, it's kind of it's quite an interesting sort of like it's like a sort of 2D kind of platform, but it's like kind of also a wee bit more sort of cinematic in that, like you know, it's like because you get like because it's almost like it's like a fully the best way to describe it is like a fully animated side scrolling platformer that has like you know like more sort of kind of scripted kind of like scripted like sort of like more cinematic like platforming.
Oh, right, similar to the Abe's Odyssey and Abe's Exodus games. Right. Oh my days. Oh my days. She really is a fashion model.
You know, it's interesting. It actually kind of reminds me of. Like sort of history about the sequels to Lara Croft in that, because the original creator Toby Gard in that, he actually ended up leaving the core team in that after the sequel in that, because when like the idols in that were asking for a sequel in that, they're deliberately asking to make Lara Croft sexy in that, but Toby Gard sort of refused to allow her to be sort of sexualized in that, but he ended up being sort of pushed from the team in that in order to make her more sexy in that, and as a response he just ended up leaving the team in that.
You know what? Good for him.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me, I might need to censor.
Yeah. Censor that part. It was a bit late for me. I probably should have been told that in advance, but I'll use a blurring technique via editing.
It was the 90s.
Good grief. Right. Monthly roundup of terrific and terrible compo postcards. What on earth is this about? We have an interesting contrast in this month's best and worst postcards used for competition entries. Competition for what? This is the gaming industry. What is this all about? Let's face it, they're crude, coarse, stereotypical, and desperately unsubtle, but we all love them. Like Seaside, Rock and Kiss Me, Quick Hats, saucy postcards are part of British holiday culture. There's a bit of Benny Hill in all of us.
Well, I was thinking more Carry On, but...
Right. Warren Quinn should have left his seaside postcard behind when he packed for home. A boring beach scene with so little character, it could have been taken anywhere. Daniel wins a pack of Lara Croft playing cards for giving us a laugh, and Warren gets 2 JVC badges for his stupid effort. If you're entering any of this month's competitions, have a think about the card you use. It's an outstanding, good, or appallingly stupid. You could find fame in the post-taste column and win an embarrassingly bad prize. Well, that was bizarre. Crazy, absolutely crazy. Classic moments in video game violence. Not everyone rated Primal Rage as a beat 'em up, but few would deny offered some of the most gory, blood-sodden fatalities since Mortal Kombat. My days.
The Primal Rage in that, it's actually quite interesting in that, because like you can actually sort of like I'm not sure if it replenishes your power meter or your health in that, but like there's actually like wee little like sort of like citizens in that just below your feet in that are actually kind of worshipping you, but you can actually in the middle of the fight you can actually pick them up and eat them in that.
Oh wow!
To gain like a power boost in that.
Well, if you've already eaten them, then you've already won. Anyway, so that's a 90s image right there.
Yeah.
You've got this really cool pose of Lara Croft right there for promotional stuff, and fight to the silver screen. You've played the game, you read the comic, you've fought you've bought the figures, you scrutinized the tips. Now watch the film. AD Vision are to bring Tekken to the small screen with their anime interpretation of the game. Ah, there was an anime interpretation of Tekken. All right, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Well, I mean, there was like, well, it would take a good like 8 or 10 years in that for like a Tekken film to come out in that, and as usual with as the usual tradition of video game movies in that, it was absolute garbage.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Alright, so there's more Lara Croft promotion as necessary to promote Tomb Raider 3. Got this nice watch, this figure, this other stuff right here. Gadgets. The Aura Interactor Cushion, Aura Farming, is one of those items you just have to own because it's there, waiting and vibrating.
Oh yes, you do actually see the advertisement later on, but basically it's just a DualShock controller if it was like a pillow.
You've told me about this before.
Yeah.
Yes. DualShock. This is like you can literally plug into your PlayStation. It acts as a vibrating cushion.
Yeah.
Right. For me, this goes a long way to heighten the experience, whether it's EastEnders on the TV, Gran Turismo on the PlayStation, or your all-time favorite piece of music. Thanks to the Aura's complete adjustability, you can tone down the vibration or bring out the bass as much as little as you like to provide the most user-friendly and social units of its kind on the market. The Interactor cushion usually costs £99, but if you're interested in getting your hands on one a lot cheaper, simply turn to page 13 and check out our exclusive reader offer. Right, definitive PlayStation tips and whatnot. Fighting Fantasy fights again. Right, Eidos are planning on another game based on their chairman, Ian Livingstone's sole role-playing fighting fantasy game books. Oh yeah, that was a thing. Right, Death Trap Dungeon. Right, so a Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing. Right.
Funny enough, that was actually also, I believe that was made by the Eidos team.
Right. The top is also named after a fighting fantasy game book, right? Triumph and Agony, Lone Soldier and Apocalypse 3D shoot 'em ups. 3D shoot 'em ups, that's interesting. Every month we take a genre by the scuff of the neck and look at an excellent example thereof with a pile of pus that should never have been released. This month it's the turn of 3D shoot 'em ups. One of the key considerations in programming a 3D blaster is how the player aims his gun. Do you use crosshairs? If so, how do you aim and move at the same time? Maybe if you're facing the right way, the program can automatically target a nearby foe, but this raises problems on its own. Overplay it and the player's input has too little effect on the game. Too little and targeting foes becomes awkward. Apocalypse got the balance right. Lone Soldier didn't even try. Oh, okay, so they're comparing a game that's really good to a game that's really awful.
Yeah.
All right.
But it's interesting the way that you sort of play the game, and that is that the way that you sort of shoot in different directions, and that you actually use the buttons on the D-pad and that for certain directions. That so like if you're like shooting left and that you press circle on that, and you shoot right and that you press square and that, and forwards and backwards, of course, triangle and X.
All right, interesting. Final Fantasy 5, 6, 7, 8. Final Fantasy 8.
Yeah, the tough follow-up act in that to the toughest follow-up act in that ever.
Yeah, make the masterpiece that redefined the entire gaming genre with the 3D implementation of an RPG with the conflict between Cloud and Sephiroth, the heartbreak of losing Aerith, life-changing technology stuff. Yeah, good luck keeping up with that.
Yeah.
I mean, that was tough competition to keep up with. Right. I've got a lot of teenagers here. Teenagers.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I think like the beginning of Final Fantasy 8 and that takes place at like some sort of like university in that,
Right.
or some place sort of training sort of soldiers in that. So yeah.
Yeah, it was still using the pre-rendered backgrounds. Wouldn't it be until Final Fantasy like 9 and 10? Oh wait, Oh, 9 was a different style. I think it was 10 when they started getting more open with their map design. And then they introduced other characters.
A guy with an afro and
Afro football game. Libero Grande. Right, sounds like a Latin American guerrilla movement done it. This is a football simulator with a difference. Whether there's a good or bad thing is another matter entirely, but it's a different. Certainly, it's a game that is different. Libero Grande gives you control of a single player, not the entire team. We've read into that before. We need not repeat it here.
It's wrestling time.
Wrestling time again. WCW, NWO, Thunder! In theory, NWO is a breakaway organization, which is the sworn enemy of WCW. In practice, of course, it's just another angle. All the wrestlers in the NWO, which exists only on paper, work for the WCW, but their ongoing feud makes for some blistering television.
Oh yeah.
So, this game is the sequel to THQ's WCW Nitro, also inspired by Ted Turner's feuding organizations. The new game makes several advances over the first offering, though there's an all-new steel cage match. Oh, steel cage, oh man. There's also a 4-man Battle Royale mode, oh that's going to be hectic, which can include 1 or 2 human players. Over 60 wrestlers are available, as well as several hidden wrestlers. The roster has been completely updated, though by the time the game hits the shelves, a few featured bone benders will have departed. The official WCW NWO theme song is included, as well as commentary from Tony Schiavone. Ah yes, there's a classic name, and Mike Teeny. The game's authenticity doesn't end there. There are real arenas such as the Ice Palace, Cow Palace, and Nassau Coliseum. Anyone heard of them? True to life wrestler entrances, that's a great reason for not picking Alex Wright. And 32 new wrestler rants. Each fighter has complete statistics offered, and using the Might editor, you can redistribute points across the wrestler's various abilities. If age can be redistributed though, Hulk Hogan will be unbeatable. You got that right, brother! Add to all this, the reactive crowd, finishing moves and weapons, ! And we could have the making of a great wrestling simulator. Right.
And there's the said commercial. Like it's pretty much like how do you make an archetypal dated archetypal 90's commercial man that you give him beige polo shirt, beige slacks, and a very
the round screen TV.
Yeah.
I think he's even playing Doom or something.
Yeah.
The chunky technology. Man, you can't get more 90s than that. Okay, that's obviously to advertise the cushion that we mentioned earlier. Right. Literally, the thing you literally plug into the PlayStation.
It is funny, the idea that people would be willing to buy something that would literally make you feel the kicks and punches from your PlayStation games. You'd figure that'd be one of the reasons why you'd not want to buy it in that. That's the reason why we sort of play games in the first place, and that to avoid to do these things about avoid getting bodily harm.
I think some people just must be masochists that way.
Imagine if there's a game in that where a character you play gets sort of his twisted in that. You just feel that in game and be like,
oh my spine, oh my arm, oh my heart.
South Park.
This was the cancelled South Park PlayStation game, right?
No, it came out.
Oh, it did come out, right?
Ironically enough, in that you said that, because that game was actually cancelled.
Right.
Originally, but surprisingly enough, in that someone on the internet actually managed to find a dev kit build of it and managed to put it online in that, or like at least like a sort of a trial, just sort of like a very basic like tester version of it online in that.
All right.
And it's actually interesting because remember that Spider-Man game that I showed you in that.
Oh yeah. The one with Electro.
The original Spider-Man in that. There was actually like a trial version of that made around the same time in that. And I think what basically happened in that is like what ended up happening in that was like the two builds were like shown to like a team in that, and to decide which one in that to make into a game in that. And it turned out that the Spider-Man got turned into a game in that, and that was just cancelled afterwards.
It is amazing the extent that people will go to preserve lost media.
Yeah, and I think, funnily enough, speaking of South Park and that, another interesting trivia in that with this game in that is that someone actually found out that there was actually a hidden episode of South Park within the sort of like the development kit in that of the skate game in that. Like, you know, like the debug tester and that, like someone actually managed to went into the codes and that, and they found like the first episode of South Park and that in the game itself, or at least I think it was the PC version.
What the heck?
Yeah. Why was there a South Park episode in this random Tiger Woods game? I don't know.
I guess the developers just liked watching that show.
Yeah, I wanted to for some reason preserve it onto a random sports game.
Man alive! I've heard that the South Park game would have in some way inspire The Simpsons Hit and Run or something like that.
No, it's like a first-person shooter.
Oh, right. And then the Beavis and Butthead game made by Konami of all people.
Yeah.
The same people who made Silent Hill and Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure if that's correct or not in that, or if it's...
right. It is Konami that's responsible for making the Metal Gear Solid games. And
No, I mean that they made this game in particular.
It says the publisher and developer is both Konami here. That's not interesting. Sure. Now I'm just imagining Beavis and Butthead wearing Snake's signature headbands.
Yeah.
There's another Bust a Move game. We've had our fair share of Bust a Move in the past. Yeah, very fun games. Let's see what we've got here. We've got
Silent Hill.
Okay, there's something about soccer here, but you know what? I'm gonna let's read this. This is Konami, right? Silent Hill. Want to be in the movies? Let's hope you're not afraid of the dark, because Silent Hill certainly makes it difficult for you to sleep. Compared to Resident Evil 2, this game is like being in a horror movie, or even inside your worst nightmare. That's on purpose. That's very much on purpose, especially with Silent Hill 2. You are a distraught father. After waking up in the wreckage of your car after an accident, you find your 4-year-old daughter mysteriously gone missing. The closest town to you is Silent Hill, and this is where your search for her begins. The first thing you notice about the game is the graphics, which truly are movie-like. Sitting on the edge of your seat, you encounter many ugly-looking monsters and creatures. I said that the other way around, but you get the idea. Which you can only kill if you collect weapons. What if I have fists for weapons?
Yeah.
Mysterious messages. To find out what you have to do to find your daughter, you must find the clues and read the messages which are scattered around the town. Whenever you see the shadow of a small child, follow it. There are also cutscenes which show you information about what's going on, and also do a good job of frightening you with close-ups of gorged dead bodies. The game is played in darkness, which adds to the eeriness, but you can collect a flashlight to light your way and maps to guide you to the most likely of places where your daughter might be. You're also playing the game in real time, which adds... Wait, in real time?
don't know.
So wait, when you're
Oh yes, like I suppose it's sort of making note on that of like because like when you complete the game and that, it actually keeps track of like how long it took for you to play it.
Oh, right.
But I mean, Resident Evil did it as well in that, so.
Yeah, and if anything, I think Resident Evil makes more of a fuss on real-time play than the Silent Hill games, right?
Well, I think you can unlock certain things that if you complete under a certain amount of time.
Right. Oh, so you're saying that you can unlock stuff in Silent Hill if you complete it a fast enough time?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Sorry, whenever someone says real-time, I usually affiliate that with when you pause on the game still continues.
Yeah, maybe they kind of dramatized it up a wee bit, but
right. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Right, which adds to the effect of being in a movie yourself. Silent Hill will definitely present a challenge when it comes out next year. Its sounds and movie horror effects just add to the suspense. We'll be reviewing it properly as soon as we can and can be pretty much guarantee it will be one of the scariest games of 1999. That is not false advertisements. They are correct.
Well, I do want to correct one small thing in that, which was which was like them saying like talking about the graphics and that the graphics are truly movie-like. Really? Silent Hill 1? Really? Like even back then in that like granted, they're like God bless their souls in that, they tried their damnedest, but it's absolutely the opposite of cinema-like graphics.
The dinner plate faces and
like the cutscenes are like fantastic, but no.
In-game stuff, not quite so much.
I understand they did the best they can, but no.
No. All right. And meanwhile, there's a soccer game where people seem to have large heads.
Yeah.
Sensible Soccer 2000. What is this? Blow your games wide open. Unlimited lives, infinite ammo, gain access to secret levels, find special characters and weapons, and much more. Explore. Looks like there's a new cartridge king in town. Explore, the ultimate cheat cartridge. Oh, a cheat cartridge. How does that work?
Yeah, I think with the original PlayStation, there was like a slot on the back of the PlayStation station that they could add like additional like sort of components in that you could sort of like insert that into there and that to act like a sort of cheat cartridge.
Ah, right, fantastic. All right, this is obviously a top-down strategy game with cutting-edge cutscenes, I imagine, for the time.
Yeah.
Crossfire, right.
And the next page is something you're all too familiar with.
Max Power Racing. Ah, yes, that was a fun racing game.
Yep. Winner of Volume 2 of Driving Sunday Driver Collection.
Oh, yes, that's right. Asterix. Ah, yes. I remember playing the PlayStation 2 movie tie-in game for Asterix at the Olympic Games. It was to tie into the live-action adaptation that was being made in for Belgium and France at the time. And that game was just a straight-up co-op beat-em-up with a few puzzle segments, as well as Olympic-themed mini-games. It was pretty fun, as well as pretty funny. So this is an action strategy game. Oh, that's interesting. Action strategy game featuring the popular cartoon hero returning in his ultimate action-packed adventure in a 3D gaming environment.
It does kind of look more like a side-scroller, but
all right.
Could be mistaken.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they haven't stopped making Asterix games. I mean, in recent years, I think they did a redo of one particular game, Asterix and Obelix XXL, I think it was called, or something like that.
Yeah. And they actually made like a really, really impressive Game Boy Advance game in that no joke, was a straight up 3D platformer on the GBA.
On the Game Boy Advance?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I have no idea how they would be able to pull it off in that, but they did.
They obviously gave the cartridge some of the superhuman potion that Getafix creates.
Yeah. But I mean, GB, it's just the little gaming device in that could.
Man alive. There's Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. We have temporarily looked into the sequel where Taz is involved.
This was the game that I was sort of familiar with, and that when I was a bairn in that, when I rented it out.
Right, Puma Street Soccer. Street soccer. We've encountered a town square soccer. Les Mans. Les Mans. Are you competing with Les Miserables? Must be an epic French musical, but with cars.
Yeah, like Les Mans is kind of like sort of well known in that for like sort of being one of the only races in that goes on for 24 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a real test of endurance.
Whew. Man alive. And here it is, the promotion for Tomb Raider 3.
The Lady of the Year.
Alright. With Christmas nearly here, there's a lot of stuff that we're all looking forward to. Another James Bond rerun, figs of holy overhead. Santa preparing his sleigh, and of course, we can't forget the all-important reason we celebrate when December comes. Tomb Raider 3. Things can only get better. Way back in issue 1 of Extreme PlayStation Magazine, Tomb Raider 2 was blessed with the fantastic score of 98%, which I'm sure you'll agree it was worthy at the time. Unless Core Design have really let themselves and us down, yeah right. It's quite likely that Tomb Raider 3 is going to deserve a higher score. It would be wrong and stupid for us to rate it at 100% when there is obviously going to be better games within the next 12 months. The fact is that a whole year of technical advances, programming and design ideas have passed under the bridge, and Tomb Raider 2 must have a new score given to reflect the changing times. We sat down in the office for what seemed like hours deliberating and arguing as to what the new score should be. The eventual result was a healthy score of 94%, which had to take into account the possible score of Tomb Raider 3 and all the top titles that we've seen through the year. Technology. It's a changing world. Whatever will they come up with next?
Yeah, an interesting sort of fact when it, like the fact that he sort of says that it's something that they're sort of expecting every sort of December, and that it really kind of goes to show at this point in time, and that when Tomb Raider was starting to become formulaic in that, because in terms of like pushing out a new game every year and that, because like originally it was the idea that when first Tomb Raider was a success in that, like Core said, this is brilliant, do another one and that, and of course the team were like, oh yeah we'll be happy to do another one that, because we had like ideas that weren't able to put into the first one and that, and then of course that was a success, and they said great, make another one. And they were like, that's great and all. I mean, we might have some ideas that we might want to put out there and that. And by the fourth game and that, they were just really getting sick and fed up with making Tomb Raider games and that. So we're just like, you know what? Let's kill her off in that, which they did in the fourth game and that.
Right.
And what did the team respond afterwards?
Another one.
Do another one. And it was like. It's like, so like the very last one in that was like where they had to like come up with a story in that, where it's like all the people recollating like all the stories of like Lara Croft and that at their funeral and that. It's just unbelievable the amount of crunch that these guys went through in that. I mean, granted it was a success, but obviously it wasn't going to last for long in that.
Good grief, that the same morons who had the same kind of marketing approach to making the Resident Evil movies. This story-ending event has concluded this specific movie. Make another one. Retcon it all and do it all again. Here's the story-ending event. Make another one. Retcon that again and just churn out another one.
Rinse and repeat.
Cry me a river. Right. Let's see what we got here. Designs for life. For me, the most exciting aspect of Lara's latest adventure is the changed approach to the level design. One criticism I had of Tomb Raider 2 was the amount of action that was implemented compared to the original. There was too much running around in circles shooting at too many human opponents as opposed to the whole point of the game, adventure. Tomb Raider 3 has recited this, and you truly feel the difference when you're playing. The tension of the original is back, and the feeling of pure enormity when you search around the seemingly endless levels is fantastic. The game reeks of professionalism and deserves all the hype it has been receiving. These are the characters that you are going to encounter, and they're right buggers to drop. Right. Alright, so that more descriptions therein. Pictures of posing and stuff like that, and once again Lara Croft is clearly posing for a fashion magazine. Let's see, Russell Barnes concludes this with an instant classic that core design, ethos, and the rest of Great Britain can be proud of. Let's not beat around the bush. Tomb Raider 3 is better than winning the World Cup. Woof. People must have adored this game back in the day.
Yeah, well, I mean, they might be sort of hamming up a wee bit, but
yeah, naturally. Opinion. Great to, it's a bit difficult to see with the shadow of Lara's hand there. Great to see core design didn't rest on their laurels and release a mildly tweaked version of Tomb Raider 2 for the third offering. They could have anything with Lara on its sales, but by investing a little time and effort in the product, they've kept it fresh and exciting. Ian Osborne. Score, graphics for the time, 9 out of 10. Sound design, 8 out of 10. Gameplay and lifespan, 10 out of 10. Overall, 96%. Go get the game!
And the next one in that is, of course,
Toka 2. We were just playing that game just recently. Fantastic.
Yeah, so yeah, clearly someone sort of been messing around the cheat codes the same as we did.
Oh man. With this many tracks to choose from, your driving skills will be tested to the max. Oh yes. Yes, the Alpine climb. View to a thrill. Anyway, Hall of Fame. A unique feature of Codemaster's latest racing game, Stunner, never come across that word before, is a Hall of Fame built into the game which runs in conjunction with their website. If you get a really fast lap while ripping around the tracks in Toka 2, the game gives you a code. Write this down and then enter it into the official Toka 2 website, and you could earn yourself a place on the Hall of Fame if you're fast enough. Not only will you have the glory to be immortalized on the internet, but there are also prizes up for grabs for the best times. The official Codemasters Toka 2 website can be found at www.toka2.com. Even if that website doesn't exist, I'm sure there's someone out there who is archiving who managed to make it on there.
Yeah. The olden days in that where you had to literally film a screen in that in order to show your results, rather than the convenience of posting editing a video in that and posting it online.
Wouldn't the code have been enough to say, here's my time and record and stuff like that?
I suppose that's how they did it
back in the day. All right. 89%.
So streak. The best. And someone's put, it's not about taking your clothes off.
If it becomes a streaker, you must first of all be a loner. If someone told you they were giving up skateboarding and taking up streaking, you drag them away to the loony bin. Who'd have thought that running around with no clothes on would become an extreme sport? It's a fine art, though. All will be explained.
Yeah, I'm going to take a hazardous guess in that the only reason why they decided to review this game is purely because of the title itself.
You know what? Let's take a read. Well, okay, so this game has nothing to do with your dangling bits. Maybe that will be Maybe that will be in the sequel. Streaking is, in fact, the art of racing around on a gem blade. This is a cross between a snowboard and a hoverboard. Okay, they hover effortlessly above the ground and when raced send out streaks of color behind them, hence the name. Streak. Streak lightning, go streak lightning. Because of the unique properties of the gem blade, courses can be set virtually anywhere. Their hovering abilities mean many places normally out of bounds for racing are prime targets for the band of streakers. Graveyards, castle ramparts, rivers, and a deserted carnival all make excellent courses. It doesn't matter what obstacles are in the way. Becoming a streaker isn't an easy task. It does not involve taking your clothes off, no. It's a very select group organized by a guy called Skid.
What's his surname? Marks?
Okay, the people making this game have to have done that on purpose. They must have. Come on. Right. And he doesn't take too kindly to newcomers. To become a streaker, you must first of all be a loner, an outcast from society. This kind of person is less likely to get streaking into trouble if something goes wrong and they don't survive a race. They must be athletic. Snowboarders and skateboarders are perfect candidates to take up streaking. They must also be a thrill seeker and be willing to maintain the secrecy of the extreme sport. Skid gives all streakers a nickname and assigns them a stream color. Each racer has their own racing stance, handling strategy, and speed. Each streaker can perform an unlimited
You're not going to make through, are you?
I don't think so. Each streaker can perform an unlimited number of stunts. Oh my days. Okay. On their gem blade, because they're based on physics rather than simple button-based moves, it's impossible to give a list of potential stunt moves, as this depends on the player's abilities. Streakers can roll twists. Okay. Roll, twist, and turn in a wide variety of angles. The only limit is the player's imagination. Right. That's the grab button. That is the grab button that allows streakers to grab the gem blade in the direction. I can't. The gem blade in the direction they're leaning, and you've got one unique form of racing. Okay. Bands of color. There are two modes of streaking, race and stunt. In race mode, you can choose from two options. In a championship race, you receive points depending on your placement in each circuit, which are added together to decide the winner. In a rally, the time you take on each course is taken into account. The streaker with the lowest time at the end wins. Stunt mode has two options. The stunt goal game sets a point goal to achieve, and the first streaker to reach this magical number wins. Then, to win a timed stunt game, the player must score the most stunts points in the time limit. I must admit, I wasn't expecting much of Streak. The way the game is described in the box, it doesn't sound like anything out of the ordinary, but play it, and I think you'll agree this is something special. The detail on each track is out of this world. Some of them literally left me speechless. The waterfalls, the carnival, the Celtic castle, sweet. They're all really cool to look at and give you plenty of opportunities to do some great stunts. The soundtrack that accompanies the action is great too. Each music track is linked in with the location you're racing over, and this really adds to the frantic racing atmosphere. Don't just think you've seen games like this before. Streak is different. Take it for a spin and see it for yourself. Second opinion. Okay, the article was by Doug Williams. This second opinion by Ian Osborne says, the stunts in this game are incredible, based them on real life physics rather than pre-programmed button combinations is a masterstroke, adding versatility and realism. Another winner from single track, the people behind Twisted Metal and, the Twisted Metal, the one with the killer clown in the van, right?
Yeah.
And Rogue Trip, ... So, solid 9 out of 9, sorry, not 9 out of 9, sorry. Solid 9 out of 10 for all of them, leading to 94%. Let's take a look here. Gem blading through a cemetery can have grave consequences. Well, yeah, it would have grave consequences. These are the 10 streakers to be found in Streak, and they're all society dropouts of one type or another with bizarre nicknames. Choose the freak you fancy the most.
You know what I've kind of found sort of strange in that is that, you know, it's supposed to be like a near future setting, but like, yeah, they're all like depicted.
That's the 90's.
No, depicted like in Polaroids.
Oh yeah. Good grief, this game's gonna be dated. Set in the future, and yet you have these Polaroid photographs, and they're all dressed specifically like they're in the 90's.
Yeah.
Good grief, that's like no different to how a lot of people like write today's dramas and fantasies to get with the current times and the political stances, but then you lose out on like the immersion of like, say, a medieval period, which is written like it was written in the modern day.
Yeah.
And then this is set in the distant future, even though it's set on the pettiness of the here and now, which you would think in the future they've moved past from by now.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is that to take into consideration. Streaking spots. The unique handling of the gem blade means they can be raced almost everywhere. Okay, that's probably the different racetracks, right? All right, moving on from the very unfortunately named game to Test Drive 5. All right. Top Gear. Top Gear. No doubt, just another car simulator game. Interesting they call it Test Drive. That sounds like it's going to be some kind of demo for something, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think just I'm not sure what test drive is sort of referring to, but I suppose just like, you know, that you get to test out. It's giving you like the idea that, you know, you're testing out all these like marvelous sort of roll machines and that. Aye,
very good. Also had different memory cards at the time. Colony Wars Vengeance. This is a game of Colossus or Copped Out. Sorry, not Copped Out. Cop Out. Sorry, I misread that dash there.
Yeah.
Is this a game of Colossus or a Cop Out? Buddy, you ain't seen a Colossus yet. Have you played Shadow of the Colossus? If only they knew. Is it a sci-fi epic in the Star Trek mold or the gaming equivalent of an Ed Wood B movie? Is it an essential purchase or not worth the disc it's recorded on? Read on, we explore Colony Wars Vengeance.
Yeah. But that's actually one of those like franchises that was like absolutely huge in the day and that on the PlayStation 1 and that. But,
really?
But for some reason it just after. It is just one of those franchises that was like big on the PlayStation 1 that, but for some reason it just never had any other sequels in that on the future consoles.
So it was all entirely made on the first PlayStation console.
Yeah, but I mean back then in that, like sci-fi shares were huge in that.
Right. This looks like something akin to Star Fox.
Kind of, yeah, but it's Star Fox is more like more like you're sort of constantly moving in the fixed place, and that in Colony Wars you have more sort of free will in that to move the spaceship as you will in that.
All right.
ODT. Can you get? Oh, I was going to say, can you guess what it was? But they just spell it out for you.
I didn't even read what that was. ODT. Outdo Tomb Raider. Outdo Tomb Raider. Oh, it's one of those kind of games. Right.
Nope. Yeah.
Yep, there was a whole list of games like Halo Killer, stuff like that. I mean, man alive, there's once you find a successful game, you're guaranteed to have like other games try to cash on the success. Say, this is the one to overthrow it. I'm the little child that will overthrow my daddy and take his car for a ride.
Oh yeah, like a lot of things that are a lot like everything in life in that, like there'd be like one franchise to sort of try and sort of emulate the success in that. Well, the thing is that I'm not quite sure I would actually, because like I think at the time people said that it was like Tomb Raider because it's third person and you sort of move and jump around, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's like plays like Tomb Raider. It's more like a third person shooter.
Hang on, wait, no, the title's not a joke? Is it literally called Outdo Tomb Raider?
No, it's called Or Die Trying.
Or Die Trying. Oh, right, sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Saying that, they already said
it in the, sorry, my bad, I misread that, I completely misread that.
Yeah, that's the name of it.
Or Die Trying, right.
But I remember because I remember it was actually on one of the playable demo discs and that I got as a wee bear in that, and I always thought it was kind of weird. Like, why is it called that? Why is it called ODT or Alt?
Yeah. All right, nice intro cutscene.
Yeah, it's kind of like funnily enough, speaking of which, net the game did get a remaster in that from I think from 90's Studios.
All right.
Which is one of those really out of all the games to be remade in that was the one that perplexed me the most in that because I mean, not to say that it doesn't deserve it, because I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say it's like a forgotten gem in that, but it's kind of decent enough in that. But it's not a game that I would have figured that it needs to be needs a remaster.
Right. There's the next one, Small Soldiers. Hey, this is the movie tie-in game that was mentioned previously.
Yeah. That was I remember when that film came out, and that I was absolutely into the time in that. I think I did actually get an action figure in that of the Archer guy in that.
Ah, right, yeah.
But interesting thing about this game in particular in that is because I'm guessing you already know the plot line of Small Soldiers.
Yeah, these soldiers basically invades the humans. Yeah. They have to try to stop these small soldiers,
Well, interestingly enough, in that
this is set in the universe of the game.
It's actually set in the universe, and that kind of not too similar to that Buzz Lightyear film.
Yeah. The Buzz Lightyear Star Command movie that was made back in the day. Yeah. Oh my days! Someone is putting up a middle finger for Max Power Racing.
It's a speed camera.
Speed camera. My days, the 90's were edgy. My days. Right. B movie. Okay, this looks interesting. It runs twice as fast as many PlayStation games. The frame rate must be impressive. Look at that guy's face. Right. Subtitled version from Beyond in America. B-movie takes its cue from the sci-fi flicks of the 50s with lots of traditional saucer-shaped alien craft with some good kapew and zap sound effects to keep all the trigger-happy shooting fans amused.
Now I'm sort of retrospecting that, looking at that guy in the thumbnail there, and that I do sort of wonder if he's a reference to that character in Independence Day, and that, you know, the one, you know, the guy that believed that he was like abducted by aliens once, and that, and you know, he ends up like taking down the aliens at the end of the day.
Aye.
I think that might be based on him and that, because remember that. The scene at the end, and I goes, "I'm back."
Right. Actual golf number 3, given a score of 43%. 49% rather. Aye.
Yeah, that's another franchise that pretty much died on the PlayStation.
Actual golf, right. Pool Shark. She looks like the lassie from Fifth Element. Right. Yeah. Another. Oh dear, 45%. Right.
It's funny. It's funny that like you know, like they already knew that it'd be a hard sell on that to get someone to buy a game.
So they have the sexy ladies to pose up. That's like if you're like, imagine if imagine the most boring IT job you could possibly imagine, and you only hire people just because they were attracted to some sexy mascots or something, or like a game of bowls and that, and then they have like sort of skimpy sort of cheerleaders and that. Could you imagine and there's like old fogies and that, like just slowly rolling the balls and that. And he says, actually, could you keep it down, my dear? We're playing a game. Alright, this is getting construction. These guys kind of look like something out of an Aardman cartoon, Aardman stop motion film, if it was edgier. Yeah. Construction. This seems like a top-down construction kind of game. 82%. Alright, seems like fun. Brian Lara Cricket. Lara. Are they going to reference that? Are they going to reference that? Are they going to reference that? Come on, you got to take advantage of that. You got to take advantage. This is Lara Croft. Any mention of Lara whatsoever? Come on, people. This is your chance for a joke. You need to take advantage of the joke whilst you have it. I don't see Lara being mentioned here. Playing the game is just like seeing it on the BBC. Right, there's no mention of Lara. Come on, come on, make a joke. Make a Lara joke. W.H. Smith. We're gonna miss you, W.H. Smith. No, I don't see any mention of Lara here. Come on, give me a Lara name. Lara. Come on. No. Nope. No mention of Lara. No, I'm sorry. I could not find a mention of Lara Croft. Darn it! You had him. Lara Croft is being promoted in this magazine, and you failed to have You had a missed opportunity to make a Lara Croft joke right there. Darn it! Right, Cyberdek.
Oh yeah, I think I might have mentioned it in the previous video, and that's about how I did actually somewhat sort of enjoy the game enough and that to get my parents to buy it, and that even though it wasn't the greatest games to control in that in retrospect, but
I suppose you never know unless you try, right?
Yeah.
FIFA 99.
And I was 9 years old, so.
Alright, fair enough. And 90s stuff.
And again, your Nikon.
Yeah, there's a Nikon. There's Gecko, but who's this Woody Woodpecker guy?
Oh, that was like the official, because I think there was like a big sort of World Cup that was going on in like 97 or 98 and that was like the official sort of mascot for that.
Oh, right.
In fact, I think they did make a full-on game based on that event.
Oh, wow. Fantastic. More stuff. All right, so that's cool. You get all these different genres just to cater to different people. So, driving games, yep. You got the beat 'em up games, including Marvel Superheroes in the Tekken series. Star Wars Masters of Terras Kasai. I will likely know somebody who would know something about that. I can just tell. Adventure role-playing, yeah, Discworld, and Excalibur. All right. Arcade adventure, Batman and Robin. What on earth is that about? Hopefully that's not tying
Oh
into...
yeah, that's another ironically not terrible game.
Oh, that wasn't cashing into that Joel Schumacher movie, was it?
Yeah.
Oh no. I'm honestly surprised that they made a game. That one of the power-ups you get must be the Bat credit card.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 2, nice, the Tomb Raider series, arcade shooters. You got strategy simulator, theme hospital. Alright, that's...
Oh yeah.
Let's see.
It's basically The Sims in that, but you're managing the hospital.
Alright, Command and Conquer. There's one Command and Conquer game that has Tim Curry in it. Puzzle, yep, there's the Lemmings. Sports games, alright. And gun games, the Die Hard trilogy. We played that on the...
No, that was Die Hard Arcade.
Die Hard Arcade. Sorry, Die Hard Arcade. So it was. Yep, my bad. Point Blank, Time Crisis. My life, like these games. 3D shooters. Oh yeah, we've played our fair share of 3D shooters as well. Oh yeah, there's platformer games. Got Spyro. We got Craft Bandicoot. Abe's Exodus. There it is. Yep. We've got Heart of Darkness. Got Hercules. Oh yeah, there's Taifu right there. Yep.
But I think what Taifu came out in '99.
It says January '99 right here.
Yeah.
8th of Jan.
Oh, it must be like for a pre-order.
Alright, that's interesting. Right. Flying, Ace Combat, Nuclear Strike, Soviet Strike, Retro Compilation, Malicious. Alright. Hint books. Oh, right. Hint books, strategy guides, and whatnot. Resident Evil 2 Unauthorized Guide. Unauthorized Guide, I doubt that. Actua Soccer. Wow, Actua. There must have been a whole series of Actua. Actua this, Actua that. Right, so this was actually in higher favor compared to the actual Golf 3 game. Dodgem Arena. Hey, look, okay, so you're in a Wipeout-esque hovercraft that whizzes around a futuristic arena. At the point, shoot as many pucks into the moving goal as possible in the time. We think it might catch on. No, really. Right, so basically it sounds like hockey pong, but with hovercrafts.
Well, I suppose in some ways that could be seen as a somewhat precursor to oh god, what's the franchise called? The game with the cars and the football.
Cars and the football. Rocket League.
Rocket League, yeah.
Oh yeah, this could be a predecessor to that. So the name of this game is Dodgem Arena. All right, that seems like a fun game.
So there you go.
Rushdown. I think I rushed a bit too much there. Zero Divide 2, another fighting game. Classical looking graphics. All right, stick to the Tekkens and leave Zero Divide 2 where it belongs. 52%. All right, Julian. Get strewn around the ring by a disjointed polygon, or alternatively, merely throw it back onto the shelf it came from. Back from the shelf from whence it came. Lemmings. Classic puzzle games that have influenced many other games, but this specific rendition, presumably for the PlayStation console, has gotten a 59%. Virtual reality baseball? On 99 for the PlayStation 1? Unless VR stands for something else. Anyway, 45%. Yes. Disney's Hercules Adventure.
Yeah, I actually had that game. Well,
Mickey's Wild Adventure.
yes, remember that was the game that I thought had a disc in it, but unfortunately didn't for some reason.
What the heck?
And forgive me for doing this, but nice.
You betcha! Right, Disney's action game featuring Hercules. I've seen a few YouTube reviewers review this game. This has very unique looking graphics for a PlayStation 1 game.
Oh yeah, I remember my cousins having that game when I started growing, when I was little.
Aye.
Really, really painfully difficult for a Disney game.
Aye, so I've heard. Right, so, that's interesting. Lara Croft's wearing pink. It's not often we see Lara Croft wear pink. It's a kind of a rare commodity. Maybe her signature green top kind of got pink in the washing machine. PlayStation cheats. All right, the cheat codes and whatnot.
Hotlines.
What on earth is that? That looks like another console.
That's that thing. No, that was the add-on for the Nintendo 64 DD, I believe it was called. Like, it only came out in Japan.
All right, simple call, and you've got the cheat, including 100 N64 cheats and tips. Oh yeah, so it is the Nintendo 64.
Yeah,
yes.
but why would they show the image? Because like that thing only came out in Japan, and that like basically it was like a way to convert the Nintendo 64 to play disc-based games.
Maybe they presumed that you could have the finance to call someone all the way from Japan.
Well, maybe they're thinking like, oh, this thing would definitely come out in the UK and that, but obviously it didn't.
Okay.
Because it was basically a flop.
Our finest 50. Still looking for a PlayStation X game for this Christmas? Check out our all-time PlayStation Top 50 and choose wisely. Choose wisely. First medieval game, just one that looks like Secret of Monkey Island right there.
A personal favourite, yours?
Ah, yes, Destruction Derby 2, yeah.
A personal bane of yours?
Rage Racer. Oh, man. It really lives up to the rage of it. Oh, look at that. A Legacy of Kain game on the PlayStation. Right. There's the Worms game. Oh, that was ridiculously fun. Street Puzzle Fighter 2. Oh, that must be cute to play. Let's see what we got here. Rayman. Childhood memories.
Can't beat Rayman.
Yeah. Suikoden, another RPG. Oh yeah, I think I might have heard of this one. Street Fighter X and Alpha. Buster Groove and GX 3D. Enter the Gecko. R-Types.
And there's F197 that we played that you weren't too fond of. And of course Eximmed,
the Egyptian version of Doom,
played for our anniversary.
G Police. We read this article before GTA 6 came out.
And of course Time Crisis.
Yeah, Time Crisis. Syndicate Wars, Wipeout 2097. We got Bushido Blade. That's a really fun one right there. There's Crash Bandicoot 2, Point Blank.
Machines Be Free.
Yeah, we've been playing that game.
Of course, Point Blank.
There's Doom right there, Bust a Move 3DX. Soul Blade, we played that game. We played that one as well, Motorhead. Die Hard Trilogy. Oh yes, these are different games. Tenchu, Stealth Assassin. Oh yeah, we were playing that one. Gabe's Odyssey. Oh yeah, Colony Wars. Colony Wars Vengeance. Okay, must have been quite a phenomenon back then. Smash Court Tennis, Duke Nukem Time to Kill, I Feel Good, ISS Pro 98, Resident Evil 2 is number 4. Oh wow. Let's see, we've got Spyro the Dragon number 9, Command and Conquer, Red Alert. You got Tekken 3. Above Resident Evil 2, you got Tomb Raider 3, which, of course, this magazine is heavily promoting. You got Gran Turismo as number 2, and number 1, Final Fantasy 7. Of course. Hey, good to see that. Of course. All right, so look at that. There's Sonic and Tails toys even back then. Rival schools. You got all these orb kind of things. Established over 5 years, no membership fees required over 1,000 open bank holidays. What do you call it? Wow, they must have been really promoting themselves back in the day. Neo Geo Pocket.
Oh yeah, one of the least known competitors to the Game Boy.
Right. There's a Game Boy, there's a Game Boy Color, there's the Dreamcast. All right. Tips and cheats. There's the tips and cheats. There's Tenchu Stealth Assassins. Restoring health and whatnot. All right. Electro Soccer. Diagnosed and closed. Yes, there's FMVs for Command and Conquer.
God, that's another part of my childhood right there. Beast Wars.
Beast Wars. All right.
Yeah, like it's kind of one of those things that if you're in the know on that, you know how good it was.
Right. Croc, Legend of Gobos. That's the one with the cute looking crocodile. Yes. Pitfall 3D, yes, another classic in regards to video game history.
Did you know that it was actually
Fifth Element?
Did you know that it was originally supposed to be a Yoshi-based game? Croc.
That just makes too much sense now that you mention it.
Yep.
So, what changed its course?
I don't know, like some sort of argument over sort of right holders and that. So basically, they just decided, bugger it, we'll just make our own franchise and that.
Why not just collaborate with Nintendo?
I don't know. I'd have to look into the history of it again. But yeah, I think originally it was supposed to be a Yoshi game.
All right. Fair enough. Oh, that's an interesting graphics right there.
I think that's just like a cutscene.
Right. Yeah, it must be a cutscene. Let's see what we got here. More tips and cheats. Oh wow, you got tips and cheats for Hercules, the level codes. Alright.
Yeah, well, bear in mind this was all still during the time period, and that when games were still using passwords and that for to as a way as a way of saving games and that before people still had memory cards.
Yeah, as well as the fighting maneuvers, as well as the infinite health and other little perks like that. All right, exchange. Let's see. What the heck? Okay, these are some particularly strange things to say here, right? EPM says, caught our reader survey on page 73. Yep, fill it in. You might win a great prize, but don't stop there. All right. Man, this is just really fascinating stuff to read.
Yeah, well, as it's called, and that is literally a time capsule.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, maybe not the best preserved time capsule, but time capsule nonetheless.
Absolutely. Alive.
Any articles that
I'm just reading through it. Oh look, there's the dog from Resident Evil. Alive. Right. Other worlds, map of Britain. Right.
Well, let's find a sort of an article on that sort of mention to the sort of AMP piece and that can't just have you just looking at the article.
Subscriptions, Cybershock, Dual Force. Oh man, That's a very interesting looking cable right there.
Super RGB SCART tape.
Right. I mean, just looking at that just brings fond memories back of like seeing like the thing used for the PlayStation 2 and whatnot. But that's a very interestingly designed cable thing there.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what sort of the benefits it has over a regular RGB SCART cable.
It would make the process easier some way, right?
I suppose so. Anyways,
It seems relatively cheap. Why not just sell that more often?
well, look.
Retro. Oh, there's the Game & Watch. Oh man.
The DS before the DS.
Oh man, yeah.
It's
Atari, man alive. The Dreamcast. Wait a minute, if this is the PlayStation import. Oh,
yeah, but the Dreamcast came out in Japan in 1998. In Japan.
All right. It says here PlayStation import games. So there were.
Yep. So yeah, so if you're willing to put out like 400 pounds in that with £25 deposit in that, you can get a Sega Dreamcast from Japan.
A Sega Dreamcast from Japan.
And which would have been like about 5 to 7 months in that before it did official release in Europe.
Right. And computer friendly, we've got we buy, sell, and exchange console games and so with these PlayStation import games, are these games that can be imported onto the Dreamcast or?
No, I mean like imported from Japan.
Oh, sorry, imported from Japan, right. That must have been a pretty expensive transition.
Well, yeah, like I said, it's like you have to put like a £25 deposit.
Whew, man alive, to gain early access to the new stuff that's going to be coming to the UK anyway later on.
But obviously you tap the handicap of like, trying to get the thing set up, get the plugs and that sort of set, get the whole thing set up to work on, European plug outlets and that.
All right.
But apart from that, yeah, you're all set to go.
Right. We've got Max Power Racing right here again. Also reviewed Crash Bandicoot 3 and a few other games right on sale. The staff credits and their email stuff going on there. I wonder if you could still contact them today. Well, that would be a laugh, wouldn't it?
So another importer.
New generation consoles. All right, cool. So could you actually gain access to a US PlayStation from the UK, perhaps?
Yeah, I imagine so.
Wow. I mean, so you got UK PlayStation, US PlayStation. They must have like their own exclusive games that you could play. Right. Fascinating stuff.
Oh, you'd have to get you either have to chip your PlayStation in order to make them work in that, or you had to get a US PlayStation that in order to get the games to work on that.
Right. Not to mention you'd have the whole stuff with the different plugs and the different regional codes for the discs.
Because I know for one thing in that, because there is one particular game that I'm really planning, that I'm really quite keen on getting that. But the thing is that it only came out in Japan.
Man.
So in order to me to ever play that and that, either I have to chip my own console on that, or get certain devices which sort of bypass the regional codes.
Right. So you have UK PlayStation, US PlayStation. If you bother to do that and not wait long enough for them to come out in your own home country years later anyway, depending on what game it was, then there's the games for the UK PlayStation, there's the ones for US PlayStation, there's one for Japanese PlayStation. Man, imagine getting access to the Japanese PlayStation for the games that can never be accessed here.
Oh yeah.
Man alive. You got UK Nintendo 64. You've got US Nintendo 64, And there's Japanese Dreamcast.
Yeah, a chat's a time when that would have been the only way to gain access to Sega Dreamcast.
Right. So that's pretty much concludes that book. And just sorry, I was breezing past this one. This pretty interesting. It's oh, sorry, you're just calling that right. This article has very politically incorrect take on the Command and Conquer, made by a particularly interesting author. Very fascinating read.
So
you would never get an article like this today. You would never get it today.
Yeah.
And you know what? In the long term, the thing, who cares about politics anyway? I just want to be correct. Who cares about being politically incorrect? Like the next moment, politically correct would mean 2 + 2 = 5.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's pretty much the emphasis of the 90s, which was nobody cares.
Right, just rebellion.
Just you know, like just put it out there.
Right, man alive. No wonder people miss the 90s. I mean, obviously, we did come across a rather unfortunate nude postcard thingy right there.
Yeah.
And there was,
it's not exactly perfect.
no, it's not perfect, no. But yeah, it's I could definitely see why people miss the 90s and the 2000s in regards to the overall approach to the entertainment, and the fact that since it was from 2016 onwards especially, the mainstream industry got oriented itself much more to people pleasing, but at the cost of authenticity. Yeah. Now, of course, that can be played both ways with the 90s, because with the 90s they were trying to be hip. These magazines are ridiculously expensive. Oh man, I mean, to be fair, some magazines would be like what, £7.99, £8.99, but then you have others that are like £12.99 or something like that, right?
Yeah, I think the bare minimum nowadays in that is like a fiver and that per, just a magazine like this and that, without the bells and whistles and that of like extra content or demo discs and that.
Alright. Wait. The demo discs were for free for a magazine that was £2.95?
No, not for this magazine.
Oh, right. Okay, so it would cost a wee bit extra to get a magazine with the disc.
For a PlayStation magazine, it'd be like a fiver.
A fiver, right.
But for that, you obviously get the novelty of a demo disc.
Right. So £5 magazine for the £5 or so for the magazine with the demo disc in it, and then £2.95 for just simple here and now advertisements for the current games, which will inevitably be dated in the fact that it will no longer be the current game being sold on the main market.
Yep.
But, oh man alive, why did they make the game magazines more expensive when they're not having those demo discs and whatnot anymore?
Yeah.
Oh my days, that kind of makes me angry, I'm not gonna lie.
And with that thing, we pretty much covered everything in this very of the time sort of magazine that, both good and bad.
Yeah, society, can we just get back to the good stuff of the 90s and 2000s and just skip out the overly edgy stuff of the time and just get back to good stuff, please?
Yep, couldn't agree more. And with that, I think it pretty much covers it. So until next time, we'll be giving you more of that shot of 90s nostalgia.
You won't regret it.
Yep. Catch you later.
Scott Singer signing out, as I say. Bye.